Networking and marketing made simple is for you, the business owner who has a product, a service, or a message that you believe in. My name is Scott Aaron, and each week we'll take a behind-the-scenes look into the real-world marketing and networking tactics and strategies for getting what you have in front of you to a lot more people. Thanks for spending time with me, and now let's get started. Super excited to announce that this podcast episode is actually sponsored by Spotify for podcasters. And I've talked about this before, and you're listening to this podcast for a reason. Maybe you want to make a podcast, and Spotify has its own platform that lets you create and make your own podcast super, super easy, but then have the ability to distribute it everywhere, and you can even monetize it and earn money. And it's all in one place for absolutely free. And again, it's called Spotify for Podcasters. And just to give you kind of the ins and outs of how it works, it lets you record, edit from your phone or computer, and there's no real confusing aspect to how it's done. So you can set it up very easily and literally start creating your podcast today. Then you can distribute it on Spotify and everywhere else. Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, everywhere. iHeartRadio. Video podcasts are also available on Spotify. So again, and if you want to take conversations with your fans to the next level, you can do Q&A, you can do polls, you can really build a lot of engagement. And with Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads like this, podcast subscriptions, and so much more. And best of all, again, it's totally free with no catch. And ever since I discovered Spotify for Podcasters, again, it's helped my business grow. I've monetized it. I'm approaching 500,000 listens, and I highly recommend you give this a try. So make sure that you download the Spotify for Podcasters app, or all you have to do is go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started. Hey there, and welcome to another episode of Networking and Marketing Made Simple. Super excited for today's episode, and one quick announcement before we dive in. If you are someone that is struggling in getting the foundations of your business up and going, you have spaghetti being thrown at the wall all the time, you do not have processes in place, you do not have consistent sales and revenue coming in, you don't have policies and procedures in the place. All of those things and more can be found in our Expert Foundations program. So it's a year-long program that has 6 modules, everything from your marketing strategy, your sales strategy, the organization of your business from top to bottom. And it walks you through everything that you need to do step by step to get your business organized. Now, people can go through this program as quickly as they want, as many times as they want over that year period, but you can also pace yourself out to go through it in that year period. Now, if you join before the doors close in 2 days, which is this Wednesday, you will also get 8 weeks of Voxer support from Nancy, but we're also doing an onboarding call next Monday to go over the program more in depth. And again, there is a paid in full option where you get a $300 discount, but also there is a monthly payment plan where you do 6 payments, but you have a year-long access. So you pay for the first 6 months, and you have continued access for 6 months after that. If you're interested, go to the description of this episode where you can check out our program called Expert Foundations. It can be found at thetimetogrow.com/expert-foundations. Now, I'll leave the link in the description of this episode, but just remember the doors close this Wednesday, May 31st at 12 p.m. EDT. Now, let's dive into today's episode, which is 4 ways to actually get your business organized on LinkedIn. So number 1 is identify the bottleneck of your business when it comes to leveraging LinkedIn. So are you struggling with growing your network? Are you struggling with generating sales calls? Are you struggling with closing sales calls? Are you struggling with creating content? All of those things can be bottlenecks that will hold you back from achieving the things that you want in your business. So one of the best things that you can do is identify that specific bottleneck and focus on that one bottleneck and that thing only. When you start trying to spread yourself around to multiple things at once, guess what? You're not going to get too far. So the idea of this is to really sit down, assess where your business is and what it needs when it comes to and in regards to LinkedIn, and focus on that one thing. So if growing your network is your big bottleneck, that's what you're going to focus on. If messaging people consistently on LinkedIn, that's going to be your focus. If creating content is your bottleneck, you're going to focus on that. So really, first and foremost, identify your business bottleneck. Now, the second thing is create a schedule for what you do on LinkedIn in regards to your bottleneck. So if growing your network is your bottleneck, you would create a schedule of what you can do, the things that you can do to grow your network using LinkedIn. So that could be sending out connections consistently each day on LinkedIn, providing 3 pieces of value-added content each week to nurture my network, right? Collaborating with other people on the platform, doing LinkedIn live interviews or solo trainings to build the know, like, and trust. All of those things will go into going back to what you identified as your bottleneck, but you got to create a schedule for that. So you could say, Monday through Friday, I'm going to send out my connections. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to create some content. Of that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Monday, I'm going to do a LinkedIn live training. So the second thing is create the schedule of what you're going to do on LinkedIn in regards to your bottleneck. Number 3, get things organized on a project management tool. Now, Nancy and I love using Trello for project management. Any successful business owner is using a project management tool. That could be Later, it could be Monday, it could be Asana, it could be ClickUp. We love Trello, and it's Trello.com. Trello.com. Check it out, completely free. And what you can do is you can create a workspace where you can have all of these business organization boards, right? So you can take that schedule of the things that you need to do in regards to the bottleneck for your business using LinkedIn, and you can use this project management tool to get all of those things organized. And it's Kanban style, which means it reads left to right, so you can slide things left to right, up and down. And it really just sets the tone for exactly what the desired outcome is in regards to that goal that you have to move through and past that business bottleneck. So instead of just, again, throwing spaghetti at the wall, utilize a project management tool like Trello to get your business organized in regards to that bottleneck of what you need to do each day, each week, each month, each year on LinkedIn. So that's number 3. And number 4, map out what your dream business looks like leveraging LinkedIn. One of the biggest things that we teach in our Expert Foundations program, not only how to identify those business bottlenecks, but creating your schedule. We actually we teach you as one of the modules. We teach you how to set up your Trello board to make sure that everything is going to be mapped out the right way. But I think the bigger point here is a lot of people don't know what they want their business to look like. And that could be how many days a week you're working, how many hours each day are you working, how many vacations are you taking each year. All of those things go into mapping out and building out your dream business. That's the big thing. So really mapping those things out where you have, in the next 12 months, I want my business to create X amount of dollars per year per month. In the next 24 months, 36 months, I want my business to be creating X amount of dollars per year, per month, per week, per day, whatever it is. When you can map out what you want your dream business to look like, when you think about the end in mind first, that will allow you to systematically put all of the other things in place. Identifying the bottlenecks that is not allowing you to have that dream business, right? Creating that systematic schedule on LinkedIn that will lead you to creating that dream business, right? Getting things organized on that Trello board or that project management tool that you're using. Again, going back to creating that dream business that you have. So again, if you are that person that's listening to this and you are struggling to organize your business, you feel like you're all over the place, you're not growing and scaling the way that you want, our Expert Foundations program is for you. So I'm going to leave the link in the description of this episode where you can check it out. Again, there's a $300 discount if you pay for the year in full, but there is also a monthly payment plan. It's 6 payments spread out over those first 6 months, but you have a continued 6-month access from there. But also, please remember the doors close at 12 p.m. EDT sharp on Wednesday, and we are not opening the doors again until later this year. So do take advantage of it because a lot can change in a small amount of time. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Love and gratitude to each and every one of you. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Memorial Day weekend and holiday today, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you so much again for checking out today's episode. And if you are listening through iTunes, Spotify, wherever you are, please leave me a rating and review. Let me know what you loved, what you would like to see improved, or ideas you have for future episodes. And if you are interested in taking your business to the next level, don't hesitate to go to my website, www.scottaaron.net, where you can schedule a free discovery call with me, where I can learn more about you, your business, what you're struggling with, and how we can work together. And don't forget to check out my wife, Nancy, and mine, our free community on Facebook called LinkedIn Leads for Life. We would love to see you in there. Have a great rest of your day. And thank you, everyone, for your support. Grateful for each and every one of you.